Welcome to College Admissions Real Talk with Dr. Aviva Legatt, a podcast for students seeking to get admitted to top-tier colleges. Each episode will feature an important tip for your college admission success, delivered with candour and love. If you've ever wanted to take a peek inside the mind of a college admissions officer, this is your chance. Have a question? Text Dr. Legatt at 610 222 57 62. So, what's your dream school?
Welcome to College Admissions Real Talk. This is Dr. Aviva Legatt, founder and elite admissions expert at Ivy Insight and author of Get Real and Get In. Today, we're going to be discussing how do you maximize your extracurricular activities for admission. From my experience witnessing committee decisions and now advising students, there's a common misstep I see applicants making. A big misstep is that applicants like you think that they need to do X or Y activity in order to get into their dream school. That way of thinking can lead to really bad decisions because how you choose to dedicate your time is how you choose to dedicate your life. You don't want to dedicate your life to the wrong values and priorities. You have to choose activities that reflect your interests and not just what you've seen others do to get into Stanford or Penn or Columbia or insert your dream school here. Another trap that people fall into is spreading themselves too thin, adding on activities just because they think they have to check certain boxes. This turns the vast majority of the admissions pool into a bunch of blah candidates who all look alike. And worse than that, it turns these students into people who don't really know what they want and walk through life like robots. Remember, to follow the best path to get into your dream school, you have to follow your own path. Like my student Mike, who wrote a book based on his life and published it on Amazon to great results. Or my other student, Pranav, who completed original research alongside an MIT professor. Or my student Rachel, who founded her own nonprofit dedicated to educating and supporting low-income parents who have premature children. Another misstep I see is on the application side. When I was on the admissions committee, one of the biggest failures I saw was the failure of students to give complete information about extracurricular activities. When you apply, remember that the person reading your information has never walked alongside you before. They have no idea how hard you work and what goes into your day-to-day. So it may seem strange, but when you write your extracurriculars, pretend you're talking to a 5-year-old who has never heard of what you're doing. For example, say you were secretary of the yearbook. The truth is that could sound self-explanatory to someone at your school or someone at yearbook, but no one actually knows what this job entails except for you. An admissions officer can't assume that you were showing up to meetings every week and taking minutes or managing a team of writers and photographers. This position will look different at every school, and every yearbook office may look a little bit different. You might push back at me and say, well, there's no space for me to write about exactly what I'm doing because Common App only gives me 150 characters. Yes, it is important that these descriptions are concise as well as robust. So let's back up. Before you even apply, you want to track your participation in extracurriculars as they happen, as opposed to trying to pull them from memory a couple of years later. You can use a Google Doc or sheet to easily track your progress, including how many people have been impacted by your work, what you did on a day-to-day basis, and the number of team members you managed. While it's not required for all college applications, it can be very helpful to put together a resume, which gives you more airtime to talk about your role and impact. Now, this description can be longer than the character limit within Common App. The resume also allows admissions officers an opportunity to get some additional explanation about activities they find especially fascinating, and you can even put links on your resume. When you write your resume, make sure that you follow the following philosophy. Stats metaphor. X is the independent variable and Y is the dependent variable. So X represents the actions that you took and showcases your skills. For example, in the Secretary of the Yearbook, if you took minutes every week and those minutes were used to organize the yearbook, then X is you, the minute taker, and Y is what happened as a result of your minute taking. So Y should explain what occurred and the value that you added. For resume template and activity list templates, I invite you to visit our website, ivyinsight.com, and you're welcome to download these resources.
College Admissions Real Talk is hosted by Dr. Aviva Legatt, edited by Stephanie Carlin, and produced by Incontrera Consulting. I'm Caroline Stokes, and this has been your daily boost of college admissions insight. Have a question? Text Dr. Legatt at 610 222 5762. For more information on Dr. Legatt and IV Insight, visit www.ivinsight.com. And you can pick up Dr. Legatt's book, Get Real and Get In, at major retail outlets across the world. Insight.